Hello,
Hey
Clarence.
Tahar, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Excellent. Actually, I should say bonjour. Comment ça va?
Oh, très très bien. Et vous parlez français, ça fait du bien.
Un peu, un petit peu, un petit peu.
Super.
I was actually a foreign exchange student in France when I was much younger. So I just had to say, I was doing my research last night and saw you were actually born in France. So I just had to say bonjour because I don't get the opportunity to speak French very often.
And where were you in France?
Cézanne in the Champagne vineyard section northeast of Paris, about 80 kilometers east of Paris. So it
Oh,
was uh, it
nice
was it was
place.
a tremendous experience. I was very young to do it, but and having children myself now, I could not imagine. I went when I was 15. I could not imagine sending my 15-year-old son there now. I don't know what my parents were thinking, but it was a great experience.
I can imagine. I wish I could have done the same in the other way.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, it was a great opportunity, so I'm very thankful for it. Anyway, so congratulations on your performance in the Mauritanian. It's truly fantastic. It's a very strong film as well. So I'm very honored to talk to you. So tell me, given the incredibly intense subject matter, what was it that drew you to the project?
Uh, First of all, the script. Kevin, because I wanted to work with him again. We worked like, I don't know, 12 years ago in the Eagle, and we befriended over the years. We wanted to work together again, and this was a great opportunity to do it. And plus, when I read the script, I got blown away by the material, the part, but above all, when you realize that it's a true story, um, I felt like I had to do it. And plus, it's so different, the way this man from Africa, the way he's depicted in the movie, is so human, so
Mhm.
rare to see the people from this background represented this way in movies. That I was like, okay, because it's a part. First of all, if you take the whole story and you put it in another context, it works. So I was convinced. So I called him. I said, "Let's go. Let's do it." But yeah, but I got shocked and moved. I cried when you think that a human being was treated like this without charge against him or nothing. You know, it's beyond being innocent or guilty. You don't torture people. You
Right. I had read that the when you first read the screenplay, you were very emotional getting through it before you even got to the end. What was it about, his specifically about his story, about his struggle that made you emotional as you were reading it?
I mean, uh, uh, he what happened to him
Yeah.
in Guantanamo, as I just said before, it's heartbreaking.
Mhm.
And plus, uh, when it came to the moment when you understand that he's never going to see his mom again, and what happened to his family, uh, it really broke my heart. I cried, and at the very end, when he's delivering his speech and telling the world that that he forgives his captors,
Mhm.
I was astonished. And yes, I cried, but in a different way. I was like, he's free, even if he's uh, locked down. I mean, locked up. He is free, and to reach such level of philosophy is extraordinary to me. And I thought it was a great direction to take in life. You know,
Yes.
as a man.
Right. So obviously, this screenplay is based off of his book, and he being Mohamedou Salahi, is based off of his book about his recollection in Guantanamo. What kind of access did you have to him as you were starting to learn the role and learn who he was as a person outside of the script?
I mean, almost full access. Almost. Let me explain. Uh, I talked to him for the first time on Skype, and it was a great encounter. Very cool, very funny. I was really surprised to see that a man who's been through this could be able to smile, to crack jokes, to be that generous, to have that much enthusiasm. I was surprised, and if I say almost, it's because when we came to talk about the touchy things, he changed literally. His face started to darken. His eyes would go all over the places. It was hard for him to be articulate, and I wanted to hide. I felt so ashamed, so embarrassed, and so stupid to have asked him those questions. I was like thinking, who am I to make him suffer again, to bring him back there in a way? You could read it, the trauma on his face. You could see it coming to life. So I felt bad, and I never wanted to ask him any questions about this period, which I did. And so we talked about his relationship with his lawyers, with his guard, with his family, what's his, and just to get to know him better, and to understand the way he thinks, the way he behaves, the way to capture the way he moves, his spirit, the way he would answer questions, his sense of humor. In one word, his soul. And and it was great to befriend with someone that exceptional, because you don't get to meet exceptional people in life quite often. And I said to myself, just spend time with him. It's gonna come. What you need, you will have it by just spending time and take advantage of meeting a great personality.
So, above just getting to know him through that conversation, did he give you any specific advice on how to play him as a character, or did he let you as an actor determine that yourself?
No, he let me absolutely free. He would just tell me his tastes, and things like that. When you go to drama school, you got a page with 50 questions that you need to answer. And the more you get experience, the more you understand that finally you maybe need 5 answers. The rest is the moment, the script. And I think that I don't know if there's one single method that suits an actor. I think that a movie create a method for a part, and the movie, the script, and the shooting, and then you need to adapt to find your truth. So I had a lot of answers in the book, and the recordings he did for Kevin, and the script, and in some documentaries I saw online. So it was not about advising or trying to mimic someone or something. It was more about, it's hard to explain, because it's something that you feel when you spend time with someone. And yeah, I think it was the best way for me to do him justice in a way.
Sure. So, given his predicament, given his incarceration in Guantanamo, obviously he is, and as you've mentioned, was and perhaps still is in a state of complete mental disarray, caused by that environment and caused by the torture that he underwent during his period there. How do you as an actor get to that emotional place, that mental place, when you're filming these scenes of intense torture and sometimes rape? How do you get there as an actor?
In the specific case, the only way to make it happen, so I can believe in what I was doing, was to, in a way, experience it, to get as close as possible to the conditions of Mohamedou, without putting myself in danger. And but the more I was going beyond my limits, thanks to this diet, because I had to do a very strict diet to lose a lot of weight in a short amount of time. And you become so sensitive that you don't, at some point, you don't really think of what you're trying to play.
Sure.
You're in sort of a real kind of place. It's like you what you seek. as an actor is to touch the truth. And by putting myself in these conditions, wearing real shackles, ask them to turn the cell as cold as possible, spray me with real water, so I could really live the moment. At some point, you just follow your emotions. They drag you somewhere, and they make you fly in a field that you never experienced before, that you never expected before. And it's so bizarre that each time you go beyond your limits, you want to go on and on and on. And Kevin started to get worried. So he said, "Listen, we have it. Just you can stop here." And I was like, "Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt myself, but I need to go to this place out of respect to Mohamedou, for you, to give you as much as I can, but also for me. I was experiencing something strong, and as you know, for actors, acting is like a playground for adults. And when you have an opportunity to grab a little bit of a truth,
Mhm.
you just go full on, and that helped me a lot. And later on, I was reading an article, and I learned that the great theater actors of Molière time would fast before they would perform, to be more sensitive, and I
Mhm.
understood why.
So how many takes did you do? This is just a mechanical question. How many takes did you do of these scenes? Was it one and done, or did you need to have several to sort of get that just emotion or that just reaction?
Kevin managed to shoot those scenes at the end of the shooting, so we might have 5 days to shoot the whole torture segment. We would do, yeah, several takes, so I can be good enough, and even technically sometimes you have to do some takes, but I was getting more and more exhausted. So at the very end, second to last day, we had to shoot this the um, hallucination scene when he sees his mom
Mhm.
in the cell. I was so tired. We were supposed to shoot it 3 days ago. So I put myself in a mental state to be ready for this. And the next day he came to me, "We can't shoot it. We'll shoot it tomorrow." The next day, we shoot it tomorrow. And I'm like, "I can't handle it anymore. It's been 48 hours. I'm trying to understand what it feels to see your mom shackled in the same cell where you were being tortured." And I said, "Yes, but I'm sorry. We'll make it." And the man who was with me, who became a very good friend of mine, my coach, was someone very important to me, uh, went to Kevin and whispers in his ear, like, "You got 5 minutes, and then he's gonna collapse." So I said, "Okay, let's do it now. Let's do it now." And I said to Kevin, "I can do it only once. This one was just one take." I gave my all, and I really, it's the first time in my life that it happened to me. I almost saw my mom in the cell, and when he said cut, boom, I just collapsed. I couldn't make it twice. I told him I can do it just once.
Well, it was great the one time, so that's good.
Yeah.
um, when actors play someone, I'm fascinated by this concept of actors playing someone in isolation. And obviously, you're on a set with other crew members, with other actors. You do have scenes with Jodie Foster, you have scenes with Shailene Woodley. I'm always been fascinated by the craft in terms of how do you interact with fellow actors when you're trying to maintain that sense of isolation and sort of that sense of the other in the film. What kind of partnership, what kind of relationship did you have with Jodie sort of off the set? Did you kind of maintain that distance, or did you, is it truly just about being in that moment?
I didn't want to maintain a distance on purpose. We talked before when we met, and it was
Mhm.
very nice. I admire her a lot. It was an honor to shoot with her, and yeah, she raises the game all the time, and it's the perfect partner. And and when we all met, it was like a very good moment, to meet someone you admire, you want to spend time with. It was great. But on set, uh, I had so much to deal with. I didn't self isolated to be away from them, or no. It's just I needed to stay focused. So so they was. And during when we would wrap, I would go straight to my hotel room because I needed to work on my scenes for the next day. It was a big amount of work, and I didn't have a lot of days of shooting to make the whole movie. And I was afraid to lose my character, to be honest. I wanted to stay with him because it was so hard to capture him. So I was like, no. Uh, but once we finished the shooting, it was over. We spent a very good time together, big dinner, and but there was so much goodwilling. Can I say that? Goodwill between us. She's a heart. They are hearts.
Yes.
Her and Shailene. I could feel their energy. They you know they carry me.
Yeah. On a shoot like this, where, as you've mentioned, you really have to keep that intensity with that character, find that character, keep that sense of isolation and that desperation. um, did you ever find that you just needed to take a break and step out of that? What did you do to kind of keep things light, to keep your sanity, to keep you from falling so deeply into that place?
I didn't. I thought, whatever happens, I'll go. I'll go till the end.
Wow.
Yeah, I wanted. I knew what I was. The responsibility I had, uh, and I didn't want to. You know, I didn't want to. How can I put it? I'm sorry. I didn't want my director to be disappointed, or above all, Mohamedou to be disappointed. And the topic is so important. What what the story says is so important to us. It needs to be told. So if I'm not at the right place, I mean, the audience will never get it as they should take it. You see,
Right.
and out of respect to Mohamedou and the audience, I'm still an audience when I want to make movies that I want to see.
Right.
You see, and in this case, I went all in. I was like it was like a marathon. I'm not gonna give up till I wrap. But it's the first time in my life when I wrapped. It took me 3 weeks to get out of the character, and it never happened to me before. Never,
Wow.
ever. No.
So now that the film is finished and is being seen, have you reconnected with Mohamedou? Has he seen the film? Has he given you do you know
Yeah,
what his reaction is?
yeah. He was. I was afraid. I was
Mm.
like, I was waiting for his call. I knew he was watching the movie. I was like, I hope he'll be happy. I hope he'll be happy. And and he called me. I'm like, yeah. And he was very happy, so full of joy. Do you still hear me? Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Cool. He was so happy, full of joy, very happy about the movie, about the way it's shot. Because he went to Kevin before the shooting and said, "Kevin, please don't make a European boring movie." So it's funny, and he was pleased, happy that the movie could be seen by. I mean, his story could be told to a lot of people, but not just for him, but for those who's been through what he's
Mhm.
been through. It's bigger than just his story for him. And the at the end, he cracked a joke. He said, "Yeah, I'm really happy now. The world will know that Mauritania is a country." It's funny because some people
That's
are
funny.
are calling the movie The Mandalorian. So when you think about it, it was right.
Very different, very different, very two different titles, two different topics. Um, so where do you go from here as an actor? What are you looking to take on next? Something, I would assume, in the same vein, or something less traumatic on you?
I would. I don't know. What I like is to be surprised when I read a script.
Mhm.
To be surprised, to be challenged. But yeah, I would love to make a comedy. Yeah, that'll be great. I did that once. I loved it, and I wish I could do it again. Yeah, that'll be great.
Excellent.
But one of my dreams is to be in a western. If you want to know,
Oh, okay. What kind
I'm a
of
big
Western? Like
fan
a
of
spaghetti
western.
Western or an American Western or?
I'm in both, but I got to say that westerns are so clever. They, it's like an X-ray of American society and
Mhm,
history.
mhm.
So they will never disappear because you see they evolve over the years.
Right.
And for example, to me, one of the best Western I've seen is Little Big Man. I
Mhm.
loved it. I loved it. The way it would talk about what was happening in Vietnam at the time, it's crazy. And at the same time, as a kid, when we were a kid, we would play cowboys and cowboys and horses. So yeah, I'd love to. And Delmer Dave's Broken Arrow,
Mhm.
if it's the same title, is great.
Excellent. So my last question for you is, audiences are now seeing the Mauritanian. It's clearly a very important subject. What do you hope people walk away from this film with?
Hope,
Good answer.
I'd say, hope.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, merci beaucoup for your time. And thank you for the performance. Again, it was a tremendous performance. So best of luck to you in the season ahead and in your next film. And I hope you get to make that Western.
Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup, mon ami.
Yeah. Thank you.
Salut.